A lot of Fantastic Four stuff has come out recently, and it's kind of reignited my interest in The Thing. I love the character of Ben Grimm mainly because I kind of see myself in him. I like the fact that he is a very troubled character, and there's a lot of internal conflict with him, mainly about how his outward appearance affects the way people treat him. And although I like to imagine that I'm not the most horrid person to look at, growing up I wasn't um wasn't the hottest guy. You know what I'm talking about? I wasn't treated as such. I wasn't known as such. I was mid, if you will. I wasn't ugly. I wasn't hot. I was mid. And along with that, the way that I dressed, it made people think that I wasn't approachable. I talked about this in one of the first episodes I did of this, where I was told a lot throughout school that I look like a school shooter, and I mean, that was kind of news to me because not only do I not want to do that, but I have almost the exact opposite kind of mindset. I Although I was getting a bunch of, not a bunch, but I was just getting a lot of hate and negativity from the people around me growing up. I never wanted to retaliate against them, you know? And I say I view myself and I see myself in the character of Ben Grimm a lot because the two of us, I'm going to use him as if he's real. The two of us, we both receive comments about the way we look and how people do not feel that we are trustworthy or we're safe, or they think they look at us and they go, that's a threat. And I'm not made of rocks, you know. I'm just a guy who likes to wear hoodies and pants, you know, like not even like dark hoodies. And I would wear the hood up and kind of so I would just wear a fucking hoodie and Adidas track pants, you know. But my point is, my outward appearance made people think I was a threat, and it made me feel like shit all the time. And there wasn't a way for me to confide in that, because I mean, all of my favorite superheroes, other than the Thing, are just like losers who find a way to do greatness despite having social challenges and familial challenges and physical challenges, whatever. There wasn't one that was like, people think I'm a monster, other than I guess the Hulk. But the Hulk is it's a different. It's not the same point. It's not the Hulk isn't just a guy. He has his Hulk mind and then the Bruce Banner mind. But the Thing, he's just a human, but he looks and he's like physiologically a rock. And going back to what I was saying about people thinking I would retaliate against them, I have the exact opposite mindset. Whenever I would get bored at work or just out in public and I'm just scoping out the area, I don't know why, but I always imagine, I don't know, I think it's a dude thing because I'll read about it online. I think it's just a dude thing where you imagine like a shooting happening or like just danger, imminent danger happening to whatever place you're in, and you'll just imagine yourself stopping the crime. I don't. Again, I think that's just a guy thing to do because I've read about it a lot, but I always imagine in these spaces where people are unaccepting of me, I always see myself as the one who will save them from these situations, right? When I was working at Panda, I always had the idea when we're slow and it's just like nothing's happening, I'm just standing around. I have the idea of like a guy trying to come in and mug the store, and I'll like stop him. I don't know how, but I'd throw pots and pans and then beat him up or whatever. And in my head, I imagine that through that act of selflessness, I would finally be like accepted and not looked upon as someone who should be ostracized and should be feared. But I think about the thing a lot because in my personal journey to accept the way that I look and accept the way and not accept but accept the way I look and also improve the way I appear to where I'm not just always wearing hoodies and pants and covering all my body at all times. Try to look a little more fashionable, try to look a little more presentable. In that journey, I view myself as trying to look less like a monster, less like a threat, less like the thing. Because even though I feel like I am going to be perceived as a threat, and I know the way I felt the way people look at me and judge me, the fact that I'm just changing what I'm wearing and changing I'm in my posture, changing my disposition, whatever, I imagine that just people looking at that will maybe not think of me as someone to be feared. You know, it always sucked trying to convince people that you're not like a threat because just imagine the thing walking up to you and going like just saying like there's nothing to be afraid of and it's like the scariest fucking creature you've seen, you know. I like and in my head I never even knew what would make me appear that way, you know, because I mean I had long hair like this, but it wasn't like emo hair where it was like swooped to the side or anything. I never, again, I never wore the hood up. I just wore a hoodie, and they were never like thick hoodies. It was always like Adidas, like at leisure wear, you know. I never wore trench coats, never wore Dockers, never wore Doc Martens, never wore like typical clothing of that type of person, you know. So I never even knew what about me made myself appear that way. But over time, I've fixed the way I look. I've updated my wardrobe a little bit. I try to stand a little taller, so I know the hunch, the slouch I do. A lot of people of that nature they tend to do that, so I've tried to fix my posture. But some part of me will always feel like the thing, you know, no matter what. And I don't really know how to solve that. So my question, this there's not even a moral to this one. I just have a question. How would you fix the way that you appear to make yourself not look threatening? How would you what would be the first step to take to try and appear more friendly? Because I imagine like I still get stares sometimes. I still get like weird looks. So I don't know. I try to be more approachable with my mannerisms. I try to talk more. I try to talk more about interesting topics between the person and I, you know. There's a lot of like I'm trying, you know, I'm trying. There's a lot of effort I'm putting into this. But I'm not really seeing any results, you know. So please let me know what what like a good thing for me to do would be. But as of right now, for me at least, I've been able to I guess like call like ease myself into like not thinking I'm a monster, not thinking I am a threat. Because I can't really control what other people will think of me, but I would love for them to not think that I'm going to harm them. You know, in the great words of Ben Grimm, Susie, you don't know what I would do to be invisible. Thank you.